Just fuck off.
Oh, here we go. We're live.
Oh!
Oh, hi. I was clearly off by an entire minute. I love that. I was like looking at my phone. Hi. So this is what happens when you switch to a new computer and some things aren't necessarily all set up the same way.
What did everyone out there in Chatland hear first? This is my question. This is a very important question.
I'm really glad that everybody's laughing now because I have a feeling like that's not going to happen in a few years.
That's actually...
I was like, oh, quick, I should rush out a tweet.
Well, when I did tweet, Kate,
thank
but I
you.
used Spider-Man texting,
Amazing.
which, maybe
Amazing.
it's not appropriate
No,
for the
I'm
tone of
down.
the... Okay, good.
Spider-Man is a teenager.
Oh, like a GIF or something.
Yeah, you were Robin
I thought you meant
Poses.
you used the technique Spider-Man texting, and I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is.
God, can you imagine if I had like this whole other like texting...
Way of texting that was like, oh, it's
Texting
Spider-Man
technique.
because he comes in the night or something. I don't know. What does he do? What does Spider-Man do, guys? Saves the
Thwip,
neighborhood, I guess.
thwip,
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 thwarp,
thwip.
yeah.
Spider-Man? Well, it depends. Is it like Spider-Man when he's
Oh,
still
is it
like a high school student?
Yeah.
Or Spider-Man
Oh,
when
yeah.
he's an adult?
Should we all do a pose or something?
Because I would imagine that Spider-Man spends most of his time when he's not...
So that
I
you
think
can
it's
grab
too
it?
late. Nah, I don't know. Sure,
Fair.
everyone. Text.
Text. Oh, text. Yeah, sure. We can do that as a pose.
It is not a new drape, and it is not the permanent drape.
Do we do it?
Great, thank you. That should be long enough for... I like how we're silent while we're posing. I feel like that's always the case. It's like freeze frame.
Oh.
Look, everyone, just cut me some slack here, okay? I've played a lot of games over my life.
My hair is new, in that I got it done while I was away. Also, I tried using a colander as a diffuser and can say it actually worked.
I mean,
Diffuser for what?
TikTok told me.
Huh?
no, no.
Look,
Terrible start to it.
when you have a hairdryer and you can have the diffuser attachment for like making curls.
Yeah.
But TikTok was like, yo, you can totally use a sieve instead and it works even better, and it actually does.
Interesting.
To diffuse the heat and the...
Like a metal
I should
one?
give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like that would get hot.
You'd have to not, I guess.
Give it a try.
Yeah, I'll give it a
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
TikTok told me to do
You
it.
have curly eyebrows.
Damn.
Boy.
Jot would go to a whole new level.
So you're telling me that if I curl my eyebrows, you'll finally do the things that I want you to do?
Well, I would do the things.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Haven't even
Liz,
rented
is,
quiet.
Liz is the
Do the things.
loudest. That never happens ever.
So that means
4, 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ellie Spot.
I mean,
Let us know how that is, and we can continue to adjust from there.
Thank you. We've got all sorts of folks here in the chat.
Yeah.
It would appear people are just as excited and or curious about the game as we are tonight. I know I've been like, we were saying before the stream, like this has been at the top of everybody's lists for a while, and it's really exciting to see it come together.
Yeah.
Erwin, you know the saying, speak softly and carry Scott's penis.
Didn't Sun Tzu say that? Yeah, I heard that before.
Sun Tzu?
Oh, shouldn't it be a Confucius says if you're going in that direction?
Oh.
Most of Confucius stuff is
Confucius, yeah.
been so diluted over time that it sounds
Relatively
stupid.
sure that speak softly and carry a large stick is an American president.
Erwin, can you do the emote, please? Just real quick. Thank you.
Well,
Oh, that's not that one. No, that's Ellie's.
Toot toot.
Toot, toot.
There we go.
That's
oh
the
yeah.
ticket.
I love it so much.
That's a great one.
Oh God.
Yes, I am thrilled, Pukajitsu, to finally be playing it, and everyone. This game is pretty simple to play. You just need some friends, some phones or Discord windows or whatever your chosen chat method is, and a couple of hours to play it. But for us to share it with you involved a lot more technical setup, which is what took a while, and please bear with us if things are weird, like going live a minute sooner than expected.
These two was in the middle of something hilarious.
Yeah, we were like half undressed. Oh well, I got a minute.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
change.
That, I mean, classic
Band.
actor backstage move, by the way.
God.
They called places, but like, I'm not on in the first 20 seconds. That's fine. Doing up side zippers, that's what I'm doing here. Anyway.
Vibes, we got vibes. So Alice is Missing does come with an official playlist, but I was not sure whether or not it was going to be DMCA safe. So I made my own playlists through Epidemic Sound, because that's what we do here. How are folks doing?
Good.
Double thumbs up. I'm happy to be indoors. Like, I know it's a bit trite to talk about the weather, perhaps, but it's we're getting a good old-fashioned blizzard today / this week. It's very snowy and it's a little terrifying. But we're,
Very happy to be inside.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, great.
Perfect.
Well, I'm glad that.
I've been
No, it's
about-
important. There's 1,700 quotes. Like, it's diluted, It's a lot of job
If only
quotes.
that was 1769.
If only.
Darn it.
I've been thinking about YouTube thumbnail algorithms and how, like, it's always a screaming face that's been cut out with some text. And I was like, oh, we should just grab a quote from the latest stream. So that's going to be what's going to go on this thumbnail, right, folks?
Yeah.
Very appropriate.
A race to the first quote from the stream.
I had a very disturbing dream last night where my older sister was like making a Twitch channel to directly compete with this one, and was like going all out to try to just steal all of our audience and like crush us into dust.
This is just like a gingerbread Christmas.
I don't think it's just like a gingerbread Christmas. I do.
Did she also steal your prom date?
No, she didn't steal my prom date.
See, for that, Aragorn, we'd have to start monetizing before we could get demonetized.
Can't get demonetized
Yeah.
if you're not monetized to start. Yeah, there it is. Oh my god. That Ellie'sbot asked a good question. Do you think we would have defected to that channel? Or,
No,
you go
very
tune in
specifically,
and it's
she
like
was
Scott's
not
Fair
trying
or
to
whatever.
She was trying to do it with her own set of players.
She had like better versions of us.
Yeah.
Just like slightly more like
That's awesome.
airbrushed versions of us, but like,
It's like, no, everyone's just 1 inch taller.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm thinking of the Ember Island players, kind of
yeah.
that style of like actor versions of us.
We had some very interesting conversations this afternoon, and I hope that soon you'll get to hear more about what we were discussing.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do that really fucking annoying thing where I'm like, but I'm not tuning you again.
You'll have to
Planning
like
things.
subscribe and hit that bell to find out
Yes.
Or whatever
Plug.
the
Twitch
podcast equivalent is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this isn't going to make for a very good
No.
podcast.
We're
No, we're
releasing
not.
it.
releasing this on
Nor should we.
podcast.
Nor should we. If you're
No,
listening to
we're
this,
listening
Would
to
you like
don't
to
do this.
listen?
Oh, it's ASMR of us typing.
I didn't set that up. Quick, everybody.
shotgun mic
Plug
pointed
in
at the
microphones.
keyboard. Yeah.
How are we feeling? Are we getting to the point where we're ready to settle in?
I'm ready.
Because our
I think
usual
should
thing
give this a start.
is built into the process. So, folks, this game has quite a long introduction layout in which we will be creating our characters, establishing our world, learning about the rules, etc. This is slated to be about 45 minutes, after which there will be about 90 minutes of the in-game section, and then a bit of a debrief thereafter. So I'm just going to go through this. Feel free to stop me if you have any questions or comments, concerns. But yeah.
That includes you too out there.
Yeah, out there in Chatland.
Kate, can I just ask really quickly? I think safety is built into that.
Yes, thank you.
Just before, in case we missed it.
Yeah, it's in this first
Sorry,
chunk.
no amazing segues. It's just straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, the segue's text
Built in.
Perfect. Yeah. Hey, thank you.
Thank
all
you
the subscribers.
for the subscriptions, the resubscriptions. Alice is Missing is a silent role-playing game about the disappearance of Alice Briarwood, a high school junior in the sleepy Northern California town of Silent Falls. During the game, we'll use Discord to send messages to each other as we unearth clues in an attempt to discover what happened to Alice. And I will attempt to remember how to say words. An important reminder, this game inherently deals with topics like missing children, tense family dynamics, grief, death, violence, and helplessness. If any of those things present a particular trigger or difficulty with anyone, and we haven't spoken about it already, please let me know either here or privately so we are mindful of it during play. Otherwise, we'll use our usual safety tools during play. Yeah, I don't have mine.
Oh,
I
gasp.
don't have mine. I think there are 3. Right.
We
Hey.
use our own version of safety cards on this channel. These are to help us be able to play to our maximum while still remaining safe and secure. You don't have cards, but you do have options and we'll get to them in a second. The play card is shown when we are making sure that everybody knows that we're doing okay. We are fully consenting, we are fully okay with what's going on, and we are ready to continue. The pause card means, listen up, I have something that I need everyone else at the table to know. When the card is held up, we all have to stop while the person says what they need to say, and when it's put down, play can continue. The stop card means I am not okay. The game immediately will stop. In this case, if we need to, we'll step away from the stream while we discuss and figure out what we need to do in order to make sure that everybody is okay to continue. And once that's true, the game can resume. Now, you don't have cards, but your options are, you can always whisper RPGClinic, or you can whisper one of our mods. Today we have Aragorn, she who knows 10,000 things, and Kung Fu Fenris, Bleeds the Light, Invincible, who are available to listen to your concerns if at all possible. But no matter what, you always have the option of leaving chat or the stream. We don't want to see you go, but we do want to make sure that you keep yourself healthy and safe.
And that's particularly important with this game, considering the content warnings, and I do have a timer going that will keep repeating that basic introductory content warning.
We do have safety cards built into the Discord channels that we'll be using. So
Yes.
we have a non-verbal if we do not hold the card up, because we won't be able to see each other when we're playing, but we will type them into chat if we need to.
Yeah, we have slash commands in our Discord, as well as emoji that we can use to react, particularly for the play card. I will note that Alice is Missing does come with a very beautiful X card for your table if you don't currently have your own safety system, and the game itself goes through what an X card is and how it works. Ours is a slightly more complex version thereof, so we aren't going to be using this in our game.
Kate, does that mean that we should probably leave our cards here in the
Yeah.
room where we can all see each other, and then...
That makes sense. Thank you.
Cool.
Good thought.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're also going to go over lines and veils. This is a way for us to flag topics ahead of time that we're uncomfortable exploring to make sure we don't stray into dangerous territory. For those unfamiliar, lines are things that we do not want to see in the game at all. Veils are things we don't mind seeing so long as we avoid exploring the content in detail. These are the suggested lines and veils by the game, but we can adjust them, and so I'll ask us to establish those. Gore and violence should be veiled. Sexual non-consent should be veiled or lined. My vote is to line it.
Yeah.
Victim blaming should be lined. As I mentioned in the room earlier, was that you can say, what the heck was Alice doing walking in the middle of a highway? But you can't say Alice deserved to get hit by a car because she was in the middle of a highway. Like, those are two, they're in the same vein, but specifically not victim blaming.
One of them's questioning her motives, the other is blaming her for the result.
Yeah. I don't think that happens in this game. I've been cautious not to read the content. Is there anything else that folks want to add to our lines and veils? We can always add to them as we go.
Another one I'm not sure will come up at all is harm to a non-combatant animal.
Yeah.
I would like to put that as a line if folks are okay with it.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's kind of in our standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you for repeating it.
Sure. I don't see a ton of combatant animals in this.
That's
setting,
it,
but, like,
exactly.
we don't know, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Police dogs.
that's true. That's a good
That's
point,
true.
actually. Yeah.
That's true.
I have nothing to add.
Great, and I don't think body horror is going to apply. This isn't, as far as I know, this isn't mythological. So I've updated that list. It's in our out of character rules channel, so it's there for us to refer to, except that didn't actually save it. Oh, because I'm the wrong goddamn person. Okay, I'm going to fix that. In a moment, that really upsets me. I was like all ready to go, all typed in, all happy. Okay. I'll get to that in a minute then.
I'm also okay with it not getting added because it's a regular for us, so.
True.
Yeah, if you want to follow along today, join the Discord.
Yes. Thank you, Erwin. Thank you, John.
All of the channels are going to be open that we will be using to roleplay. So while you'll be able to see them on screen, we'll be able to see what we are seeing on screen while we're playing. You can also follow along or switch back and forth to be able to look at things on your own time by joining the Discord and having a look. You won't be able to interact with the posts that we make. Those channels will be locked for, say, reactions or posts to them, except for us, but you can definitely check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Avatar of Kane, I'll answer just while Kate fixes this. Kate is facilitating the game, which means she is a player, but she's also responsible for reading out the rules and making sure that the game runs smoothly.
Yeah, but I am one of the characters, but as a facilitator, my character is set by default, and that's pretty much what we're moving on to pretty soon. So during the next 45 minutes, we'll set up our fictional world, who we are, our relationships to Alice and each other, and our town. Then we're going to spend 90 minutes inhabiting those characters, gathering clues, and messaging one another as the story unfolds. I'll explain everything as we go, but first I'm going to have you take turns reading from the introduction card to set the scene for the game.
Thank you. Silent Falls is a small coastal forest town in the heart of Northern California. It's quiet here, and since the recession a few years ago, people are not as friendly as they used to be. It's been a rough few years for everyone.
The major high school in town, Franklin Academy, lies nestled in the wooded hills on the east side. It's the last day before winter break, and students shuffle down the hallways, dusting off a light powder of snow from their jackets. It's cold today.
Down the main corridor, past the barren trophy case and peeling Franklin Academy decal plastered on the wall, hangs a bulletin board. A cluster of students are gathered around it, and around the edges we see old posters for student body elections, sign-ups for football next year, and reminders about the upcoming senior ball littered about like mousetraps. But as the students part, we land on the flyer they were all huddling around. Hull, a missing person poster, is the instruction.
There are actually 10, so would someone like to roll a d10?
I will.
Wow, that was a nice die you used there, Liz.
7.
It's one of our dice by... Oh, sorry.
NFL dice.
Dice by NFL.
Which, of course,
Yeah.
I'll just hold it in front of my white throat.
Alright,
Your
folks.
white ass throat.
Our missing person poster has been chosen. I'm going to give you the physical copy as well. But this is our Alice. So 7 will be near the back. The rest we will not refer to. They're just different versions of the same.
Cool.
Thank you.
Oh.
We will learn more about her shortly, but first we're going to choose our characters. So I'm going to put this away for the sake of the viewers. I can bring it back by request. So our available characters are Jack Briarwood, the older brother, Dakota Travis, the best friend, Julia North, the secret girlfriend, Evan Hallwell, the one with the crush, and Charlie Barnes, the one who moved away. As the facilitator, I will be playing Charlie Barnes. I'm going to take this character. Now it is your folks' turn to choose. Which characters stand out as someone you're interested in playing, and are there any characters you would prefer not to play?
Nothing stands out to me as someone I don't want to play, certainly. I am looking at Jack, the older brother, and Evan, the one with the crush. Those two appeal to me the most. I couldn't put my finger on why. Just something about it. Relationships, I guess. I mean, thoughts, feelings?
I'm good with either of
Yeah,
those.
I'm good with anyone. I think I like kind of intrigued by Julia.
Go for it.
Cool.
I'm going to hand you Julia.
Thank you.
Do you know which one you want out of those two?
Evan.
Okay.
Evan Hallwell, the one with the crush. Thank you.
I'll play the older brother, Jack.
Great. So you have some information there, some of which, the secret you do not reveal yet.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
let's not just like flash the card to everybody.
So you'll notice there are a few sections on the character cards. I'm going to go over each one. First is the background question. You'll share that answer during the group. You'll share that answer with the group during character creation, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
The next is a secret. You're going to keep this to yourself for now. However, the secret should be revealed to at least one other person, if not the whole group, during the game. This works a bit like some other games that we've played here recently. Is that a Good Society thing or something else that we played recently?
Where you have a secret and you have to
reveal it during the time. I don't remember. I feel like we did that recently.
I just often have that as a rule.
Good Society sometimes has like hidden information on your character cards, so.
Yeah. And third is the voicemail prompt. Towards the end of the setup phase, we will all take turns recording the last voicemail we left Alice before we knew she was missing. I'll play these voicemails at the end of the game as a reminder of where we came from. This prompt will provide us a jumping off point for the voicemail, and if you can work your secret into the recording, all the better. It can make for a more impactful ending for the game if you manage to include your secret, but don't worry about it for now. We'll record them later on. Drive cards, I believe are these. These are motives. I'm just going to double check. Drive cards, which ones those are. I believe they're the ones with the flames on the back.
Sick.
Flames on the back?
We don't have them.
One of you has... John, could you take a quick look through that? I think...
Through what?
The book.
The book. 1, 2, 3. I'm just trying to make sure I give you guys the right cards.
And what kind of cards are you looking for?
The drive card.
Drive cards? Just checking.
Settle in, everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
drive are the ones with the fire on the back.
Exciting.
Perfect.
Great. So...
well, not these. Those are
Oh, that
No, those are going to be separate. Yeah, I thought those were these. I just don't want to give you the wrong thing. So they are randomly assigned, faced up. Okay, so I'm going to get this one.
drive as in goal, I
This
assume,
has
right?
motives and relationships.
Oh, gimme.
And it's face up, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. These will give us our drive and establish our relationships with one another. We'll combine the drive on this card with information on our character card to create the person we'll inhabit during the game.
Nice.
So this is a moment where we can take a moment to write down any initial thoughts about our character in the space below their name on your character record. Things like their physical description, their favorite class, their home life, etc. And you can also start brainstorming ideas for our background question and secret. But these answers might start to be influenced by other people's responses, so don't get too attached to any idea quite yet. And let me know when you're done by setting your pencil down. Folks, if you have questions, comments, in chat, now would be a good time.
So for relationships,
Mm-hmm.
there are two of them on the card.
Yeah, I have 2.
So are we supposed to assign these relationships to like the other players, or?
Probably amongst. Yeah,
Let's look at
imagine
this.
amongst the 4 of us. We'll see.
John, which character are you?
I'm Jack Breyer.
Yes. So all of our characters are friends, or at least we were at one time. And you'll assign one to another character there. So you can start thinking about those, but we'll establish those in a couple of minutes.
Assign 1.
Yeah, like to each other, to one other person. So
Okay.
both of them,
Right.
but like to
Different people.
different people.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. I have put my pen down.
Thank you.
Hold up the.
Poster. I can also show that to folks. Oop, they don't need to see my face.
Hey.
I have to wonder whether that's a legitimate phone number that you can call.
Yeah, because it's not got the usual
Yeah.
555 business, right?
For what it's worth, it is the same. It seems to be the same phone number on all the posters.
Pook, I don't advise people not study for their exams, but having walked into one exam having not studied for it, I can say it was a good experience to have. I'm glad I had it once in my life, and I don't want to have it again. Yeah, there you go.
And the relationship stuff we'll deal with in a few minutes.
Yes.
Great.
Just thinking on something, team. Sorry.
That's okay. There's lots of time, and we have buffer time beyond it. But all of setup is set to take 45 minutes, so there's no rush.
You know what? I'll leave it for now because I'm thinking on my secret. But I'll leave it for now.
All right. We're going to share our characters, including their pronouns, their relationship to Alice, and the answer to our background question.
Oh, yeah.
Don't share your secret. Should come out and play. Listen to other people's answers and adjust yours as necessary to fit the fiction they've established. Feel free to ask players additional questions about their character. Make sure to take down any notes you'd like in their section on your character record. And I'll start with information specifically about Charlie. Interesting. I have text here about Charlie Barnes that isn't on my card. Charlie Barnes moved away from Silent Falls with their mom at the end of the last school year after their parents divorced. They're now returning to stay with their dad for winter break and are hoping to see Alice and the others while they're here. A few days ago, Alice stopped responding. They haven't heard from her since. Is that actually in the thing, or did I type that in as placeholder? I'm concerning myself with...
No, I think that's in here.
Yeah, I'm just going to double check, because
You bet.
it feels like the kind of filler text that I might have written at one point in my setup phase.
Okay.
Great, yes, that is official. You can stick to it. So, yeah. My background question is, what kind of teenager is Alice? And I'm going to look at our poster for a moment before I decide. I would say that out of my options, she would be a quiet, studious type. Because it's like valedictorian, stoner, jock, popular, etc. So quiet and studious would be the
For Charlie or for...
for Alice. And Charlie's pronouns are going to be they, them.
Cool.
And then we're going to continue onward, starting with Elizabeth.
Okay, so I am going to be playing Julia North. Her pronouns are she, her. And Julia North is Alice's secret girlfriend. Met Alice during basketball practice. So yeah, the background question is, tell us about when you and Alice first met. I would say they met during basketball practice when we were kids. Both of us were not particularly well coordinated when we first got started, so we really stuck together like glue. And then as we got older, we started to see each other in a different light. Do we talk about physical descriptions now too?
Yeah.
Or... Sure. I have purple hair and purple contacts. I'm often seen in a cropped leather jacket.
Ooh. Cool. She cool, team. She cool. I like that.
Excellent. John, we'll move on to you.
I'm playing Jack Briarwood. Pronouns he, him. I'm Alice's older brother. It's been difficult. Our parents have been struggling their entire lives just to make it, right? The recession hit really hard, and they've been pushing us, both of us, to make sure that we do better than them, is how they always put it, to look beyond. They run a diner in town, and it's been struggling. The restaurant isn't doing as well as they'd hoped, and they want a better life for us, but they've been very, very focused on making sure that we can escape, to the point where it's been hard. We try as best we can to keep the diner going, but there's another life out there too.
Thank you. Descriptor at all?
5'8". I have black hair and brown eyes, just like my sister. I'm often wearing a delivery jacket for the diner.
Nice. Scott,
Yeah.
when you have a moment.
Yeah. There we go. Just updating something here. So yes, I'm playing Evan Hallwell, the one with the crush. He, him. Evan is also, in the same year as Alice and Julia, and I assume a couple years, or at least 1 year below.
I'm 2 years
2
older.
years? Okay.
Or let's say 3. I've graduated high school.
Okay, that's good. So I think that's
Yeah.
key. Evan is the sort of shaggy-haired, not loner, but he's this sort of weirdo of the school, right? The artsy one. Not particularly artistically inclined, but he's often got his head in the clouds, and he's often kind of seems to be dreaming big. And I think it would be pretty well known he's had a crush on Alice for a couple years, 2 years now. That's all I really have other than background, which was a rumor that I've heard that I don't think is true. I just want to say that because I think that's important. What it is. Evans heard through the grapevine that Alice's parents are kind of trying to push her into taking over the diner when she's older, but he doesn't think that's true, given her studious nature and given all her talents.
John and Liz, do you work in your background?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure you were more smooth about them. So.
My background is, tell us about why you and your sister's home life has been difficult these last few years.
Right.
Tell us about when you and Alice first met.
Sweet. Thank you. Art kid, amazing. Great. So I've set up our names and pronouns both in the overlay and in Discord. I'll get to renaming our shared channels a little later on. Now that everyone has an idea of who one another is, we're going to assign relationships. All of our characters are friends, or at least were at one time. No one should be excluded or feel shut out because they're not in the group. The game is more engaging if everybody knows each other well, even if you don't necessarily get along.
Okay.
Look at the 2 relationships you've been given. You'll assign each of these relationships to another character here. These relationships are usually one-sided, meaning that just because you feel a way about a person doesn't mean they necessarily feel the same way back. Sometimes assigning each other dissonant relationships can result in more interesting characters. Who has a relationship they'd like to start with?
I would like to take I know how you really feel about Alice and assign that to old Evan Hallwell.
Oh, okay. No, so here's a question, Liz, if I can ask.
Of course.
Is it more interesting then, I'll ask the group at large, is it more interesting if most people don't know that Evan has a crush on Alice, and therefore you do know? Or is it more that like, oh, everybody knows, but you know how I really feel? Like, is that more interesting?
Oh, that's a good question. It's true because
Right.
you had said that
Yeah, but
it's a pretty obvious
That's
crush.
super, we can change that. No big deal.
Yeah, because I think Alice knew. Or I think that's interesting because then maybe she told me
Julia.
about her suspicions. So maybe it was obvious to her,
Okay.
but not to so many others.
Yeah, or maybe like the friends
We
have
know,
figured
okay.
have
Yeah.
blocked it because we noticed you like sitting next to her a lot or things like that. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
but the world at large
Is it,
Yeah.
is it perhaps that we all suspect you know?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I
Okay,
like
well, I'm not
that.
gonna write
Thank
that down
you.
because I don't know that.
I have a relationship to Charlie Barnes.
Yeah.
I don't think you like me.
Damn.
So that's Jack. Sitting next to someone, the scandal. Yeah, but I mean, like when you're going to pick seats and stuff, right? Always sort of cheating it. Like, yeah, that's what I meant. I have an interesting relationship, which is I know you don't care about Alice as much as I do, so I think I'm going to assign that back to John, to Jack Briarwood.
Now, you're not establishing a thing about my character. You're just establishing
No.
what you think of
This is, yeah, my statement is I know you don't care about Alice as much as I do, but that is what I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've decided that as much as he may be her brother, I think, yeah, I care more about her than you do.
Damn. I have a couple here on the sheet. I want to assign them both. And I want to throw one to Jack right away.
Okay.
You know a secret about me that I don't want shared.
That's fun.
Interesting. Write this here.
And I am very happy to either sort of discuss that privately or for it to just naturally kind of emerge. I'm cool with it just kind
I
of
think
happening.
let's have it happen.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Okay, cool.
And
we're
another one?
Yeah, and we're signing the other one as well.
I mean, yeah, we're assigning both.
Yeah.
So if you have an impulse.
Yeah, Julia.
Mm-hmm.
We used to be best friends.
Used to.
Yeah, heavy, right? Hey.
We know Blood Fiend 13.
Oh, blood fiend. Like when I say used to, I'm thinking like maybe middle school, like long enough ago that as teenagers, it feels like a lifetime ago, but it's not really that long. Like we still have a relationship, right? But does that feel
Yeah.
like at the ages of like 11, 12, 13?
Yeah.
And then puberty hit and everything changed.
I would also like to suggest that my character is out,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
maybe Alice was. Well, because it's secret girlfriend, so maybe Alice wasn't. How do people feel about that?
Yeah.
I like that.
If it's secret, I would assume that's to all
Yeah.
of us as well, unless we can establish that it's.
But it's not a secret that you are bi, gay.
I'm gonna say that Julia is gay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And maybe that explains why she like drifted apart from some people that she was previously close to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neat.
I have a relationship for Julia.
Okay.
I've always wanted you to be my friend.
Aww.
A sweet thing to say. Oh man. Always wanted. Man. Oh boy. It's too real, Ellie Spot. Far too real.
I like it.
My second one is we've never gotten along. I'd like to give that to
Hey.
Charlie, and then maybe we can figure.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
we
fine.
can figure that
Sorry.
out.
Yeah.
We've never gotten along though, so there's something we don't see eye to eye about. That's like
Yeah.
we have irreconcilable differences.
Yeah.
There was that one time that Charlie took like the purple M&Ms, and you were just like,
What
Charlie.
the shit, Charlie?
fucking Charlie.
Because I'm also happy to give that to Jack as well. It just felt like you had a lot of relationships to juggle.
At the moment, I have two.
Oh, okay. Because it would also be really. Oh no, but you want to be my friend, and if we've never really gotten along.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we couldn't have done that.
That's true. What's better?
I think that's okay. I think because we each have two assigned, most of us should only have two coming
Yeah.
in. So I think we're settled. Like I think.
We'll keep it to
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to say that I am protective of Evan. I'm
Oh,
protective of you.
okay.
Aw.
Now, would Evan know or notice? This is
Yeah. totally to be determined.
Yep.
All right. That's everyone with their relationships assigned.
Yep.
So we're actually at the point where we're going to take a small break. During this break, we'll take turns going to another room to record the last voicemail we left Alice before we knew she was missing. Remember to use the prompt on your character card. That'll be at the bottom for your voicemail. And work in any information about your secret that you can. When you're done, come back, send someone who hasn't recorded yet. Now, it will also be a good opportunity to grab water, run to the restroom, etc., though we will take another short break before we start the timer. When you're refreshed, ready to begin the game, come back and we'll get... we're going to be much closer to getting started. We're going to get into, like, the cards and the actual actions of the game.
You can see some of the cards here.
Yeah. We'll be showing them during setup.
They are really nicely printed.
Yeah, they're very
so
nice
pretty.
texture. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hold up the X card just because it's like a non-information content card. But yeah, it's got like a really nice linen texture, etc. In terms of voicemails, folks, I guess I'm gonna go first just so that I can get everything set up, and then I'll explain the next person who's ready to go.
Perfect.
I'm here to sit and jazz with people. If people want to take a break, go to.
I'll probably go after I do my my MP3. I'm very used
sorry,
to doing
Kate.
self-tapes.
Yoinky, yoinky, yoinky.
I feel like we often get like voice tape audition requests, which we record as MP3s, and
Would
so
it be helpful if I had my voicemail prompt and card and all that
oh
stuff?
come on, I'm sure you can figure it out. Hey,
We got a blood fiend. We got a blood fiend.
jazz.
I'm really excited for the voicemail. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna say.
So the only other game where that's come up before is 10 Candles, where it's also
Yeah.
part of the setup to record a voicemail. You play back at the end of the game to be like, oh man, they didn't make it, and these were their final recorded words. It's sad.
Gods.
Cooking some katsu. Oh,
Yes.
damn.
Ship it to us.
I
Natalie,
am playing Jack Briarwood. I am the older brother.
Yes.
Natalie Dormer and a clone of the former.
Nice. Nice. Oh boy. Yeah, there you go. I like the setup. I like the conceit, and you're right, John. Like, I feel like this is exactly the kind of game that could just be, here's a PDF with some information. Use some safety tools, and like, here's some prompts in a table. Instead, the game's like, no, here's some nice cards. Here's some real safety tools. Like, I love that.
It is
I
available
love
in
that.
print on demand.
Right.
You don't have to buy the game, although we did buy the game box,
Right.
but it was quite a reasonable price. And it's a cute little box. It's over there. When Kate comes back, we'll show you the
Yeah.
box. I'm pleased.
Yeah.
As I get older, I've said this before. As I get older,
like
I really
things.
like premium experiences.
So premium.
Yeah. Hey. Okay.
Right.
Orangia, be well, sleep well, talk soon.
I can go, I guess, because I'm on the
I'm
end.
gonna show you the ropes. And
Oh,
all.
thank you. Let me grab all
And
my
yes, Book
notes.
is correct. I know a number of folks online have been able to play it with their online moots, or it should be mutuals, via a Roll20 module, which is really cool. I think it's so cool that exists, that capability exists. You know?
It looks like our stream computer isn't screwing up.
Hey!
So I'm pleased about that.
So what do you mean a stream computer?
So we have moved from. So we used to run. I mean, back in the day when we ran stream, it was basically on one of our main PCs.
Holy shit, we've come a long way since.
We then decided
Nexus.
at one point that we were going to have a dedicated PC for streaming because we were starting to get a little more complicated with the tech, and we also wanted to have the flexibility of putting it in a room that we would choose, because we were investigating potentially streaming from like a living room so we got a laptop for that purpose. Thing is, our tech has continued to increase.
Is this
There's
what
the
I was
box,
showing
yeah.
off?
Yes.
The box. It has cards.
So nice.
It's really nice. It's really nice.
Premium.
but the laptop is starting to struggle under the weight of the tech that we're asking for it. So we have, thanks to your donations, everything that we do now, like the microphones that we have, the computer that it's all thanks to you, which we really appreciate. But we built a stream PC, which thankfully isn't as expensive as a normal PC. It's only uses integrated graphics in it, for instance. We don't have a hard drive in there. We just have an SSD because we actually, when we record to a file server that exists here. But so far, so good. The one thing it does have, though, is it has a Camlink Pro. So now we can connect up to 4 cameras via HDMI into the computer without any issue. And thus far, it has been actually quite a bit smoother. So that's handy for us. The monitor that is in front of Kate is also now a bit bigger than we normally had, but we got a special stand for it so that it can lay flatter, so that it's not kind of like just all up in everybody's
Blocking a
business.
face, yeah. I will say particularly the ability to have more cameras is really cool. I mean, not that we usually use more than 2, but and we use...
We'll be using quite a few cameras today.
Well, today in
Yeah.
particular, yes. And I just think the option is really great because, a number of years ago, I'm sure we proposed, hey, let's do a board game stream. And then we started talking about, how do I... we need this many cameras. And it's like, holy shit, oh my God, it's going to... And we'll have one mic in the center of the table and it'll pick up all the clacks and all the, It becomes challenging to do.
One of the things we did discuss today, though, is that at some point we may end up doing a marathon because we have 1 or 2 other things that we're looking at to change. For instance, you'll notice that behind here right now we have sound blankets covering what has been an absolutely hideous closet door. But we may want to, for instance, have a curtain that'll extend across all the players. In order to give a much kind of more cohesive look. Not something that would cost $4,000, but we'd have to get a curtain track. We'd have to install a curtain track. We'd have to get a decent enough curtain.
Yeah.
Because we also want to prevent reflecting sound for that. So that's one thing. And also, if we were to get another camera for things like a top-down view for board games, or the ever-requested dice cam. I'm not saying that we're going to do a dice cam, but if we ever want to do that, we'd have to get a 3rd camera. But if we do a marathon, that might include special edition merch. Yeah. So we have to discuss internally, but we also kind of want to hear from you what you might be interested in seeing from us. Stickers has been brought up, so that will be fun.
I'm laughing a little bit here. Aragwen's showing, I guess, probably the first episode of Exaltwitch Nexus to Captain Splooey. All good?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
Great.
Are you coming back in? Or
I was gonna do the rounds.
Oh,
grab
great.
more drinks, pee.
You want to go? Or should I?
You go ahead.
I'll do it. Here we go.
I can show them if you want.
Yeah, if you could.
Watch out! I'm coming back. Thank you. Look out.
Pins or badges. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we're potentially looking at. But we need kind of because the other thing is, not only do we need your ideas, but we also need to know, are you actually interested in these things, or are you just saying it and then be like, oh, but I wouldn't actually get one myself. So,
The Yeti that picked up the sound of the teapot, right? It's been quite a journey we've taken.
Yeah.
I'm just puttering around renaming channels.
I will say, though, that if you're ever thinking about doing your own stream, honestly, I mean, we're lucky enough, and we're part of the hobby for us is to be able to try to put on good shows. We don't focus on marketing at all. We just focus on tech to try to do as nice a tech as we can. But you don't need it. You need a microphone, and we did it with 2 cheap webcams. The microphone I got for cheap, but it wasn't a cheap microphone. But these days you can find that it's. Don't worry about going too expensive on tech. Just do it simple and build up. We were babies. This is true. But so were you.
It's true. All right. I think I've got the rooms renamed and alphabetized, though I do have the one-on-ones first and then the groups after. But yeah, just setting up some Discord stuff while we do our stuff. I'm also trying not to hear Scott as he records his, because he is projecting, because he is a good voice performer. What else is there to set up? I should switch out of this.
So then we're going to be looking at the cards.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to look up the cards, hand out the clue cards, talk about them, location cards, which look like a little map, suspect card, the person with the X on the face. The last one is searching cards. We don't touch those yet. We're going to establish some things about our locations and our suspects. Talk about our clue cards. Yeah, like I still have so many pages of stuff to talk about before we actually start playing.
Kung Fu Fenris, our viewership was higher in some ways, not in others. Our viewership was higher because there wasn't anybody streaming Exalted 3rd Edition.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of the only ones, or like one of only a few. And at the time that we started, Exalted 3rd Edition was also not in full release. We had an advance copy of it. The other thing is that we tend to get higher numbers when it is long-term campaigns. One-shots don't attract the same numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's true.
We don't really care about that as much. Yeah, you can take those away. Yeah, Onyx Path gave us promotion. Onyx Path's promotions, however, like we're grateful for it, but I'm not certain that it. The thing is, Onyx Path wants to these days promote their own channel,
Which is fair.
and they did offer us to stream on their channel.
Yeah.
But we preferred not to.
Yeah. We also did get 1 or 2 raids from Geek and Sundry very early on.
Yeah, early
Back
on
when we were balancing board games and
Yeah.
figuring our shit out.
But something that we also do sometimes is like we used to do things like post on Discords and post on Reddits, subreddits and stuff like that about the games. We tend not to do that for one-shots. But for our games in the future, we probably will. I imagine that if we get around to streaming, say, Werewolf 5th Edition close to its release, we'll probably see a bunch of people come on it.
Scooch. Yeah.
Yeah, OPP now covers a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah,
so.
the Monday morning e-notes has gotten so long.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them for having all that content, but yeah.
I mean, we're always looking to have people come in. Also the other problem is Sunday evenings are not necessarily great for everybody.
Yeah. That's okay. We aren't doing it for the massive view counts.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly.
Yeah.
And then,
Bathroom record thing. We're cycling, we're breaking. There's a bunch more to go over. Yeah.
Yes, this is my, I'm in my Hobbitcore era, y'all, which is somewhere between Cottagecore and Goblincore. Hobbitcore focuses on comfort. I am actively searching for suspenders for my new corduroy pants.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyone wants to join me in this aesthetic, maybe you're already there. Yeah. So I will be starting to train my feet to walk through several feet of snow. Bear. Also
Wait,
to kick
what?
bears.
Barefoot? Gonna be full
Yeah, I got-
Hobbit?
I got the hairy feet covered already, so we're fine with that.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Talking about Hobbitcore, Scott.
There's no John here.
No, he's
No?
using the bathroom and I'll record. Are you set on beverages, bathroom, etc. while you're
No, I'll go get some drinks and things.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Yeah. But does someone want to let John know?
Yeah, he knows.
The recording is great.
Yay.
It was gnarly, yo.
Secrets.
No, I think what I was doing was more Goblin Core, because Goblin Core is just kind of like wearing a giant sweatshirt and just existing.
I mean, that just sounds like everyone during the pandemic.
Exactly.
Like,
And
totally
I was
fair.
I was in a forest, so I felt more goblin-y.
That's fair.
But yeah, I think we're gonna lean. It's, the suspenders. When I buy suspenders, I'll be fully in it.
That's it? That's the thing?
I think it is.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get elastic ones or like stiff for
Elastic ones.
yeah.
But I need the ones that like clip. on the
Yeah.
front and the back because I don't have the little buttons.
Buttons, yeah. You need good clips, or otherwise they'll just slip off.
Exactly.
I definitely went through a suspender phase in high school.
Fucking A.
Sweatshirt with more holes than sleeves, legit.
That is exactly what I own. Aragorn is calling me out. I'm sipping Crown Royal. Yeah. Captain Splooge. I keep wanting to say Captain Splooge, which is not what I should be saying, and I'm so sorry.
Look, they're if there's more than like 7 letters, our brains just stop trying.
Because I have, I'm always like shortening people's names.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, just Sploo is good.
Yeah. This is a Crown Royal favoring group, I would say.
Yes, we love.
Yeah.
We enjoy.
Good Canadians.
I'll have to replenish your stash.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. I don't know, I don't know what size or quality of Crown Royal you have to buy to get the bag. I've bought so much Crown in my life and never gotten a bag.
Yeah, I've seen some in store, but maybe it's just like
Special
around
display?
special events or like holidays. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Before you get too settled, I'm gonna scooch.
Yep. Oh, I see.
What
I totally forgot. I'm wearing a purple t-shirt under this purple turtleneck, which is wild. What
so
a
purple right
wild
now.
choice. It's not even the same tone.
We're quite strong in our colors right now.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Look,
I'm
Jules
thinking
knows best
Y
us.
back is ideal Requiem, but I would also settle for. I think I would settle for X back as well.
Are you talking about your harness?
We're talking-
for that.
No,
for
the
that.
harness is on its way, and that's another thing.
What harness? Who?
I ordered a harness, a fashion harness.
A fashion harness, to be clear.
What is a fashion harness?
It's a harness that goes over your clothes.
Well, I just gotta go. Can somebody ban?
Aragorn will be on it in
yeah.
3, 2,
Uh,
1.
what is a fashion harness?
It's a harness that you wear over your clothes.
So sort of. I'm imagining it's sort of like suspenders.
It's sort of like suspenders, yeah, but it's kind of like a belt. And the one that I'm looking at goes like this, and then like this, and it gives you a little. It's the same way like you would wear a belt over your clothes, but it gives you a little extra.
Anyway, sorry, you were talking about suspenders.
We were talking about suspenders too. But I
wish
haven't found the
suspenders weren't-
suspenders that I want yet.
Like, suspenders are so much better than belts.
I
like
do
from a
agree. They're
practical
really
standpoint,
cool.
but
I
they
think we
look
can-
like ass.
I do.
We can
agree with that,
bring
too.
them back.
Lady suspenders always work.
That is true. Can confirm.
Also, lady tuxes. Lady tuxes,
Oh.
lady suits, lady suspenders,
All the best.
like 100%. But suspenders also kind of make you look like George R. R. Martin.
Look, I'm just saying. Yeah, be the change you want to see in the world. I'm saying if we all embrace our hobbit core, aesthetics.
A hoblet is, of course, a wee hobbit. A wee hobbit.
A weird hobbit.
So what's interesting is that what I tend to wear for work is jeans and a t-shirt. Because that's what you're supposed to wear at a game studio. People look at you funny if you don't.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'd have to do is wear suspenders with jeans under a t-shirt.
No.
Yeah.
Suspenders would go over the t-shirt.
You could totally wear.
But then I would just have a t-shirt with suspenders.
Yeah.
Which made me look like an idiot.
Oh, you could wear nerdy suspenders
Oh my god.
with
Rules.
jeans.
Sweater
I feel like
vest.
now we're venturing into Urkel territory here.
Has everyone been googling
Wait.
fashion harnesses?
Can I do that?
Oh my
Less.
god.
Less. Not none though. Okay. Wait. Sorry.
All right, John, if I could ask you to clear the playmat. We're gonna lay out some cards, and you're my assigned card flipper because I sat you in the middle.
I
So
assume I can leave these here.
yes. So if you could flip the top 5 cards of the location, which is the green one, and the suspect, which is the person with the X over their mouth. You could lay out the top 5 of each.
Top 5.
Yeah, horizontally. There should be one of each, basically. So there are 2 copies of each of these cards. So we will shuffle these once we're done talking about them.
Aha, I see. So that we can then have a random one of these come up.
Yeah,
For-
at
And then
various
top
points.
5 of the suspects.
Yep. Thank you.
Safe for work bondage vibes. Exactly. It's the whole.
Sparkly halfling.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand out some number cards as I drop them.
Goodness.
So the cards that I flipped over while Kate is arranging herself for the locations, we have the lighthouse on the Howling Sea Cliffs, the Dripping Dagger nightclub. That sounds like an awesome place to go. It's like the Sphinx. Silent Falls train station.
Okay.
The Old Barn on Cambridge Street.
Oh,
And Callisto Rivers State Park.
I mean, these are some murder houses.
Do you want to
Right
talk
here.
about the suspects we got?
Yeah, so we've got CJ Wallace, Creeper, Bria Brown, Bully, David Nelson, Popular Kid, Mr. Halvert, History Teacher, and Ryan Groggins, ex-boyfriend.
Da-da.
Ooh.
Alright. You're not going to look at these, but they are going to become yours. So.
Thank you.
You don't get them?
I already pulled mine.
Okay.
So,
Right, they should go the other way.
yeah. I'll explain them in a moment, but don't look at them yet.
These are cards that have a number on them.
Yes.
But that's all we know about them.
Alright, so you'll see now you have cards with numbers on the back of them. These are your clue cards. Make sure to leave them face down. We'll talk about them soon. Gonna start with our starting hunches. So the location cards, which are on the bottom row, they represent the places that Alice could possibly be in our game. I'm gonna also turn down the music because this song is a bit upbeat. It's fine. We'll discover her location by the end of the 90 minutes.
Okay.
Then the next row up are the suspect cards. They represent the people we suspect had something to do with Alice's disappearance. By the end of the 90 minutes, we will discover which one of them is the culprit. You can see all 5 of each card laid out. The rest of the deck is made up of duplicates of these cards. We're going to choose from these in front of us until they're all gone, and as we do, describe what about them makes us suspicious. Pardon me. That they might be involved in Alice's disappearance. You can use the appropriate spaces on your character record to take down notes if you wish. So is there anything that jumps out at anyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious that Alice went to the Dripping Dagger nightclub. She's been rebelling a little bit of late. It seems like the sort of place that a rebelling 16-year-old might go.
So players will talk about... Oh, no, sorry. Keep going. Sorry.
That's what I had.
Great.
Do you think that's like information that we wouldn't know that necessarily? That's like a private thought that you might be having.
Just reading through the instructions here. But I think this is us all establishing the canon of these locations and people.
Okay.
That's
So
my
I
sense.
think this is general knowledge.
Okay.
So maybe like that's the type of place where they don't check IDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't check IDs.
Small town club,
It's
yeah.
it's kind of known as the place where if you're a teen and you want to go and to a place that might be like
And
the club.
so, what makes it particularly suspicious? Like, why would we think she'd have been there for 3 days?
Oh damn, 3 days.
I believe that's the canon here.
Or at least for part of that 3 days, right? Like.
I think she went there, possibly got wasted, did some things that she regretted, and hasn't been able to face anybody since.
Okay.
So the 3 days thing is
Is that maybe
making me question
that's in my
because my
brain.
my
That might be
voicemail
wrong.
section says she didn't call you last night when she
night.
got home. So-
where's the introduction card? Did it say anything about Alice? I may have made that up for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know about 3 days.
Okay, that's fake then.
It is currently the last day before winter break. I don't know where I just saw that somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's the last
that's something about Charlie. Like I'm spending 3 days or something.
day.
Yeah.
So the missing
I'm
person.
gonna-
A few days ago, she
Okay.
stopped responding to me.
Ah.
So
you
Charlie
responded.
hasn't heard from her, so I
she
think
may-
that's
so she may have
ghosted me
been
sooner.
talking about
Okay,
some other
cool.
people.
Sorry.
So I'm going to make
Yeah.
this a bit clearer. I think that she went to the Dripping Dagger. I think she may have got wasted, didn't want to go home, but since then she hasn't gone. She hasn't contacted anybody.
Thank you.
Do I take the card or?
No, put it back. But we won't add more.
Yeah, she's been rebelling of late.
Yeah. Anyone have any other inclinations about locations or people?
I would just to establish some canon here. The Callisto, is that reading that right?
Yeah, Callisto Rivers.
Oh, it's on
Yep.
here, right? The Callisto River State Park is famed for its beauty, for its wild landscapes, but more importantly, for the students of the high school, it has the famed makeout point. There is a location that's a little off the beaten path when you go into the state park, which is like quiet, dark, and is perfect for secret late night liaisons. And park rangers don't ever find kids there. Like, they don't check on your way in, kind of thing.
And so why would that be a suspicious location? Why do we think Alice could possibly be there?
That's a good question.
Like, she might go there, but why would she still be there? Is it the state park that has lean-tos that you can rent out to stay in, or camping maybe?
Yeah,
So-
there's camping.
Possibly even like trailers.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Well,
trailers.
it could be. It could be a mixed,
Yeah.
like in this, like
Definitely
the.
campsites.
So the mixed-use campground that I've gone to a lot in upstate New York has whatever mixed use.
I wrote makeup instead of
Cool.
Yurts.
Yurts.
Says Aragorn.
Nice.
Yeah,
Love a good
yurts.
yurt.
Hashtag yurt life.
Yurt life.
I'm gonna suggest that Bria Brown, the bully, has broken into Alice's locker before.
Nice.
Why?
She's stolen some stuff from her. Like, anytime Alice gets like a piece of more like expensive school equipment, which is hard come by because her family isn't so stable financially, Bria's has stolen it.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we feel like she particularly dislikes Alice.
Yeah, like she seems to have something in it for her.
I know Mr. Halvard has it out for Alice. She's an excellent student, and sometimes she's struggled a bit with what's presented in a history class, especially United States history class. I think that Alice sometimes speaks her mind about what she thinks about the gaps that were being or not being taught, and I think Mr. Halvard lost his temper with her at one point, saying that she should just shut up and pay attention to what's in the book.
And is there something extra that we can add to this that might lead to what he would do that could have made her disappear?
Could she have then reported that action to the school and like they?
She could have threatened to report it.
That's probably better because I would imagine that he'd be on a pretty thin ice if it had been
I like
reported
that.
already.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, we're just trying to make sure that these are like specific hooks, or relatively specific. I'm going to call out the Silent Falls train station. That Alice, if Alice is missing, like if Alice is missing, name of game, but right, that she may have decided to travel, leave town, or might be hanging out there thinking, like contemplating it. And maybe hasn't actually gotten on the train yet. But there are a lot of sketchy folks that hang out there. Whether they're people fresh in town or because people are leaving, if they have nefarious intent, if you catch someone before they get on the train, people are just going to assume they got on the train.
I think Ryan Groggins might have kidnapped her.
Damn.
and currently is holding her at the lighthouse. I know that they used to spend time together.
At the moment, we aren't supposed to connect locations.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, because there might be like a...
Yeah, because it's going. The answer is going to be.
I think Ryan Groggins might be holding her against her will.
Yeah.
I don't think he's taking the breakup well.
Yeah. That said, you can establish that the lighthouse is also a good place to hide someone. But yeah.
So he took the breakup poorly.
Yeah.
Bad breakup. That makes sense. Does he also... Is he known for having a bit of a temper? I mean, it's a bit on the nose, maybe, but like...
Yeah.
I think that
Do
kind
we
of
want
underlines
to?
that a bit more.
Yeah.
I think he hides it well,
Hides his temper well, very good.
but we know.
Yeah.
Because we are her friend.
Right.
Are we supposed to make sure that we've got something for all of these things?
Yes.
So then, in that case, I would say David Nelson, the popular kid, David and Alice had an incident a few weeks ago at... Maybe there was a dance, and there was like a particularly... No, hang on. I'm trying to think of something better here. I feel like she outdid him in some sort of scholastic competition.
We did establish she plays basketball.
There you go. That's even better.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like
and
popular
then,
people
One
play
a game
basketball.
against a popular kid.
and the boy loses. You know what I mean? Like...
crushed at
Crushed his ass.
ball.
in
Crushed
b-ball.
his ass. Oh
She did a chaos dunk.
I crush your ass.
In b-ball.
Obviously, his reputation took a hit.
Can you hold up the CJ Wallace card? What do we have for him?
Ugh.
Binoculars and cigarette butts?
Yep.
Amazing. So as we all know, CJ Wallace is the town creeper. Everyone thinks he's a little weird, but he's never been caught doing anything wrong. He seems very intent on bird watching, but there's suspicion that it's not always birds that he's looking out for. I feel like I've seen... Last year, I saw him near school grounds kind of too often, considering he doesn't work or live near school.
Okay.
So that leaves the old barn and the lighthouse.
They can't be family properties because the family probably wouldn't own either of those things. I don't think I wouldn't establish that. Anyway.
Maybe she used to, like when acquiring her community service hours for high school, she volunteered at the old barn. So it's a place that she knows and would have a lot of places to hide and sleep as well if she wanted to stay the night. Before it closed down?
Yeah.
Maybe like
Yeah, I
it's
used to
not in
volunteer
use
before
anymore.
Before it closed. Well, before it.
So it is closed at this point.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my suggestion.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the lighthouse.
Do we want to go with the suggestion that it's...
It's an old haunt of like. No, we're not supposed to necessarily connect to a specific person, but.
So is there someone still manning the lighthouse, or is it just like old and it exists?
I think that there's... No, we can't add a person, right?
I don't think a specific person, but we can, like, I think we can establish whether it's staffed or if there's like a caretaker that checks it once
I
in a
think
while.
that there's a caretaker who often Alice has gone to for advice.
Ooh.
Yeah, famously, if you leave them a pack of cigarettes, they'll let you climb to the top of the lighthouse to get a view of the night sky.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who's the caretaker? Old man Dick.
Smithers.
Old man Smithers. Let's make it that.
And so we're thinking that she might be there looking for advice or like hiding out, laying low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either spending time with him or between his
But he's
regular
like, he's
checkups.
friendly as fuck.
Okay.
Like, he's not a suspect. I don't think anybody would say, like, he's the kind of guy who is sort of like the town uncle.
Nice. All right, thank you, folks, for establishing some of our canon.
What a creepy town!
Yeah.
That's the, yeah.
So we're going to move on to these clue cards that we all have, and we're going to take them with us to our stations.
Our stations. Okay.
I'm sorry, Erica, I'm sorry.
Old man Nick, yeah. Oh God, phrasing. So they'll move the plot along, and they're the main mechanic in the game. So there'll be a timer that you'll all have shared with you. Also, our bot will roughly say, 80 minutes have passed. If you have the 80-minute card, make sure to read it. If I notice that someone hasn't done a thing, I will probably at you and be like, hey, did you do your card? Card should remain face down, sorry for hitting that, until the timer hits the number on the clue card. So I'm going to take a fake 80, because that's what it tells me to do.
So I have an 80 as well. So
Yeah, this is a fake one. So this is one that is not going to be in our game.
Oh.
It tells me to reveal a suspect card. So I draw one from the suspect deck, go for it, flip it over onto the table. Who is it?
Should I do
Yeah.
it now? It's CJ Wallace.
CJ Wallace. I'll now use this suspect to answer the clue cards prompt. Take a moment. So when you get these cards, it tells you to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a moment to process the information, generate an answer to the question in the blue box, and then find a way to organically communicate it to the character in the group chat. So mine says, I went to the police with the lead, but they ignored me.
Damn.
So a lead on CJ Wallace. What did I, and I alone, see this person do recently that makes me think they might be involved? So my having been out of town would be an interesting thing for me to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would be, I would say,
I'm going to shuffle.
he posted on Instagram a picture of him being really close to Alice's house, like a picture of a bird, but I could tell that it was actually right next to Alice's property.
Sure.
So I would say that into group chat, and that would establish a fact, and that would go into chat, and then we keep talking and work forward. So that's kind of how these clue cards worked. We get a prompt, we take some time to think about it, and then we find a way to communicate it specifically in group chat.
And how, can we break off into smaller text conversations kind of whenever we want, or are we going to be prompted to do that too?
As far as I can tell, generally the information needs to get into group chat as far as the number cards, but if you want to have a private conversation with anyone, you can. Just make sure to still engage with check up on group chat. But you are a character, right? You are this young person who is a friend of Alice's. So if you want to spend a good chunk of the game also just conversing with Evan, then you can. You're free to.
Okay.
And those are also environments through which you can reveal secrets. You might only reveal it to one person. You may not necessarily reveal it in group chat, depending on how things go and how things flow.
Okay.
Wow.
So location cards will work the same way as the suspect cards. You'll reveal the location, use it as inspiration for the prompt on your clue card. Once you've done this, you'll leave the card face up on the table, on the plate mat ideally, because we'll have a
So I clear these?
table cam. Yeah, you can clear them, shuffle each of those decks.
So they shuffle back into these?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, because that way you could pull the same
Yeah,
person
maybe we
potentially, right?
Yeah, exactly. And at some point in the game, one of us will get a prompt to shuffle the face-up cards and draw one.
Oh, okay.
So whenever you do your thing, you read it. I got CJ Wallace. I would know that it was him, but you leave the card on the table here, so that those are the specific reduced stack that we work with as of a certain phase in the game.
As we're narrowing down our leads.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And one of the clue cards will also tell you to give the 10-minute card to someone. I just definitely buried it.
Whoa.
That's fine.
We'll find it.
Follow the instructions. You can always message me or whisper to me if you have any questions. If someone hands you the 10-minute card, again, don't flip it over until it's 10 minutes. So yeah, somewhere in these timed cards, we're going to be instructed to, hey, give the 10-minute card to so-and-so. Yeah. Are there any other questions about the cards before we continue?
There's
Searching?
a file here, I just don't know.
The last deck we're going to talk about,
Perfect.
but anything about the other cards?
Thank
No?
you.
The last deck we're going to talk about are the searching cards. Sometimes your clue card will tell you to, I'm just going to get back to wherever the heck I was. So we'll tell you to go to a specific location or to do or find something. If it does, you should do that. But if you want to go somewhere on your own without a card prompting you to do it, you may travel there and draw a searching card. The contents of these cards can really impact the game, so only use them if you feel stuck. Like you'll get there and there's nothing for you to do or find without making something up. So I just want to go over that.
Yeah, I think I understand, but let's.
Yeah, the
let's
ability
try
to-
So your clue card tells you to go to a specific location to do something. Do it.
Right.
But if you want to go somewhere on your own, you can and draw a searching card. So even if you're, you've been talking, we're talking about the lighthouse, but like you don't have a clue card telling you to, you can still say, fuck it guys, I'm driving over to the lighthouse, and then you draw one of those searching cards.
Right.
But they are pretty, they have an effect on the game, so we shouldn't be doing these
Like all
whenever
the
you're
time.
bored.
Okay.
It's okay to not be doing things for a while.
Right, because they might be relatively
Yeah.
dramatic. Whatever they are. Okay, cool.
Use these opportunities sparingly when things slow down or you want to throw a wrench in the plot.
Bye.
Okay. I also remember
Yeah.
one thing that says that we can never be in the same location at the
Yes.
same time.
Mm.
Or if for some reason we are, in the game fiction, we don't run into each other
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just never gonna meet him.
in person.
Yeah, so we're all texting each other. So even if you're like, oh, I'm at the lighthouse, I'm searching. Someone's like, okay, I'm driving over. You find an excuse to leave, or you end up in the top and they only ever get to the bottom, or whatever hijinks you figure out.
Gotcha.
So that's a lot of information at once. This
These
game
cards,
guy?
only use them if we're stuck or we want to throw
Yeah.
a wrench in the works, but they're independent of the other cards.
Yeah.
These we use in conjunction with the clue cards that we have here.
So this game guide is going to be here on this table for you. I'm going to just go over the headers. Today is Saturday, the first day of winter break. Everyone except for Charlie starts the game knowing that Alice was last seen on Wednesday 3 days ago. Last seen.
Last scene.
So if you have information that you've...
She may have talked to
yeah,
us on the phone.
yeah,
or-
but last seen on Wednesday 3 days ago.
Okay.
We can communicate OOC using brackets or use the OOC channel, depending on what amount of OOC we want to do. We have our safety tools available to us. It's okay to have moments where nothing happens. 2 characters can never be at the same place at once. If they would be, make up an excuse not to. It's okay if it takes you several minutes to answer your clue card. Do try to share it before the next one is turned over. But if you can't,
10-minute increments.
sometimes 5 towards the middle, and then it gets back to 10 minutes after.
Okay.
But if you can't, just convey it at the next opportune moment, because maybe you'll find out a thing and you're in the middle of a different conversation. Like, that's okay. Make sure you tell everyone the information from your clue card, because this will dictate the narrative of our story. After these 90 minutes, we'll be leaving our characters behind forever. So you'll want to try to reveal your secret, learn things, at least to one other person, if not the whole group. Investigate, speculate based on the clues we reveal, but we will not find the information that actually leads us to Alice until a specific clue card trigger. So you can't say, oh, hey guys, I found Alice and she's just hanging out eating snacks.
Right.
Like, it has to be.
Alice.
You will not find her cell phone or car unless you draw a card stating that you found it.
Okay.
Remember to leave the cards on the table that you reveal. If for any reason your character is hurt or killed or otherwise can't text, you can give anyone heading to your location information about what state they find you in using a direct private message. If this comes up in play, the card that triggered it will tell you what to do. So if you're like, oh, your phone's dead, or you fell down a well, then you can give your cards off to whoever next is at the well. When the timer hits 0, players write one last in-character message before the game ends. Any final questions, folks, before we move away? All right, so folks, pick up your cards, your pencils, whatever your beverages. Take your time to go off to your stations, get settled, get comfortable. I'm going to get us ready to start here, and I'm just going to do a quick little check-in around the apartment, and then we're going to get to it. 90 minutes. Feel free to get up and get water and use the bathroom in between anyway. But, yeah.
Dude.
Thank you! Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
shriek into the
find
microphone.
Alice. I assume people want to, right? See you all on the other cams. Hashtag Cake Tech. Okay, go run.
What's this I'm doing? Why, being extra. What do you think, chat? Yep. So this is going to be a table camera. I'm just going to drop myself into studio mode. Okay, that's pretty blown out. All right, this TV actually is what's blown out, not necessarily what you see. I see everyone's seated at their places, so before I switch over to the other view, I'm going to go check in with everyone, make sure they're good to go. Those of you out there, I'm going to drop the link to the Discord again, because if you will be able to see everything live on screen as we type, but if you particularly, while we're streaming, want to be able to hop around and read any channel at any time rather than what we're currently writing in, you can do that in our Discord. All right, I'll be right back, folks. Settle in, get cozy. Alright, folks. We're gonna get into it. I'm just gonna get myself settled. You aren't going to hear us anymore, it's just gonna be music. Enjoy. Feel free to ask questions in chat. I'll be keeping an eye on it. Our moderators are awesome. Have fun.
Wait, tell me what to do.
folks, we're going to settle back in. Please adjust your volume according to new microphone levels from the music we've been listening to. We're actually going to listen to the voicemails as soon as this track runs out. I'm just going to check my instructions here.
I have hashtag feelings.
Oh my god.
You alright? Everyone good around the table? Can I get some green cards, by the way? Can I?
Yes, green
FYI.
card for sure.
Yeah. Me
Like-
too, just like,
Yo, you
I
had
need
no
some
idea.
deep breathing.
Because you answered right away.
I glanced at my watch and I decided that if it was even, it was going to be tails, and if it was odds, it was going to be heads.
Well, the
The first
alternative
digit
you
I
were
saw.
both
That's
good
because
at?
I didn't
No.
have a coin. I'm like, no one's going to have a coin.
On heads, you both find a way to escape. On tails, Alice escapes, but your character who comes to save her doesn't.
I thought that might have been
So, like,
Yeah.
yo.
All right, folks, I'm going to go into our voicemails.
What's your
actually, I need
voicemail?
to actually copy those files over like I said I was
Oh,
gonna.
okay. Have you been doing other things?
They're not that big.
Yeah. It's just I hadn't done the copy, so they would have played shitty placeholders.
Oh, I see.
Right. I'm gonna fade out our microphones. Hey Alice, it's Charlie. I'm headed into town and I'm really looking forward to seeing you again. It's been weird being away this last little while, and hopefully, once we're together again, we can sort stuff out. I hope you're okay. I know it's been weird communicating, not in person. But I really am looking forward to hanging out again. I'm rambling. See you soon. Bye.
Hey, you. Yeah, I didn't hear from you at your usual time, so I'm just calling to check in. I hope everything's okay. I had a really weird moment today. I opened my locker, and there was a note there, and someone kind of said something in it, and it really freaked me out. It wasn't signed, but it sort of implied that they'd read that letter that I wrote to you. And I just wanted to see if you had shown it to anyone or if you had any idea who this person would be, because I'm like, yeah, I don't know who would do something like that. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, no, I get it that you're not answering, but hopefully you'll hear this. Just, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply that it's your fault or anything, and I didn't mean to imply that mom and dad aren't wrong. They're wrong. You deserve to do what you want. And it's okay if it's all right if you flunked a test. And it's okay if you don't care about school. What matters is whether you're happy. And sometimes I think mom and dad forget about that. And I got wrapped up on it too. Just know that you should know that as much as I want you to succeed at school and that scholarships are important and all that, I shouldn't have yelled at you, and I shouldn't have taken mom and dad's side. Just look, can you just give me a call back when you get this?
Hey, Alice, it's Evan.
Sorry. I was just getting off the bus. What's up? I just wanted to let you know that I was able to put that stuff away for you. I was able to put it somewhere safe, like you said. So it's fine until you need it, and just obviously just like text me anytime, day or night, and I'm able to make sure that that can get to you. I don't really know why you think you have to hide it, but like obviously that's your choice, and I think you should do whatever you ask and I deliver. It's the Evan Hallwell way. Also, it's winter break, and there's a couple cool movies coming out. I thought it would be nice if we went and saw something together. We can like talk about what would be good. But yeah, why don't we go like see a movie or something? Anyway, just let me know, and we'll talk soon. All right, see ya. My whole heart.
I love this so much.
So good.
I'm sorry, I was not expecting that in the context of the other voicemail. Hey, Evan, no. I needed a good chuckle.
I don't know if it gets much better than that.
Honestly. So that was Alice's missing, folks. How do we feel? Is everyone okay? Yeah. Seems like we're laughing. We were fortunate enough to get a really positive outcome.
I'm like quite physically tense, I'll be honest with you. It's
Yeah?
probably one of the most intense role-playing experiences I've had for some time.
I do have to apologize for that.
No,
I
you're
missed that my motive was you want to keep everyone calm.
Whoops.
Do everything you can to bury your true fear, etc.
Super aggro.
Yeah, I was like, like I totally missed that. Like I read it and I was doing all the other stuff and I completely forgot. So
Shit.
that didn't contribute,
Oh,
but
God.
totally valid nevertheless.
That's very good.
Are there any, like, are we allowed to talk a little bit about secrets that may have not
yeah.
come out? Or
Are there any loose ends in the narrative that we need to tie up? Is a question. So yeah.
I'm thrilled. Sorry, not that I have any. I just want to say I'm so incredibly thrilled that people have these kind of secrets or these moments or these things that they've decided on, and they can tie into what's happening. Like making this, I think the game is so brilliant for being able to tie these pieces together along with the information that you've been given. Okay, please, secrets. I have no more secrets. I think I gave them all out in chat publicly.
I mean, Julia's steamiest secret was probably the one that was only revealed to Charlie, and that was right near the end of the game. So you kind of got a sense from the voicemail that she'd gotten an anonymous message from someone. So I decided the details of that after seeing David's social media post. So I decided that the message was, it's really cute that you wear her jersey, but it looks better on me.
Damn.
So, like, she got this unsigned
Right.
message in her locker. And that's part of the reason why she was freaking out so much.
Well, that's gross,
because
yeah.
she'd, like, just seen it today. And she's really on edge, shall we say.
Yeah, mine was that Alice had been acting strange lately, and so I fleshed that out from like, how is that different? And I was like, yeah, that she seemed to hate the world, but I was also like trying to poke you two, being like, so anything new with her? Yeah.
Which I divulged, I mean, in
Yeah.
group chat eventually, but
Yeah.
more details to
Yeah.
this guy Jack.
Oh.
In private, right? Like, rather than publicly kind of dumping it out there.
Never spoke to Charlie in private.
Nope. I was like,
guys
oh,
were-
maybe I should message him. Nah.
You were so,
Yeah.
were so aggro. It was
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, I loved
Whoa.
the message you started, where the thread you started where you were like, what the fuck is Charlie's problem? Like, it's driving me.
Yeah, I was like,
I was
well,
My secret is that Alice and I got in a fight over something serious the day before she vanished.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which you immediately were like, I'm laying it on
Yeah,
the
that's
line, I'm
important.
telling you what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
was
makes
great.
sense.
And that my voicemail was to apologize for the fight.
Nice.
But, of course, my motive was that I had to fear the worst for Alice, jump to conclusions, make conspiracy theories, and blame myself for her disappearance.
I mean,
So,
Check.
I mean, yeah,
100% on the
check. Yeah, it was really it was really hard, but also fun to have this secret relationship, and having decided that Alice wasn't out publicly, like basically Julia's just like, I can't say anything.
I don't remember my MSN conversations from around the year 2004, but I feel like the Evan Julia conversations were very reminiscent of those.
I was
so did she
having
like
some
me or did she
serious
like me?
flashbacks, and then being like, I really am. You should talk to her. You should. It shouldn't be me. And then thank God Jack figured it out, because I was like,
Holy shit.
Well, I didn't want to. You were the one who revealed it to Jack. Jack didn't,
she tried to reveal it without revealing it fully. But
I think
yes. Yeah,
so
you
were
got
these
it.
cards the only cards left on the table?
Yes,
So-
we had instructions to shuffle the available cards and put them face up.
So, because I never came back to the
Yeah.
table after 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I never.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't have any other
Okay,
instructions.
35,
So in a
right,
way, I was kind of like, I don't know whether I should have known that these cards were here or not, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was bad.
I know this isn't going to shock anybody, but I was like, fuck it, I want to draw one of these. Like,
Yeah,
it's not that I
yeah.
found an excuse, but it was like, oh, let's
Oh,
go back,
what's in the
let's do it.
bag? Yeah, that's
And that
great.
was the 10,000.
Incredible. Literally unbelievable. But for me, it was a great reason to be like, okay, I'm just going to dump my secret on the table. Because it feels like it's appropriate.
Food.
Whee! Yeah, everyone, I agree. I think it just feels. This is one of my favorite role-playing experiences in a long time. I'm really excited about it. I think the sort of 90-minute cap on it feels very exciting because there's a countdown timer. You know that's the time you're gonna have with these people and this world. And like, yeah, Liz, hey, can you flip a coin? And then later you were like, we're okay. I was like, wait, what
Yeah.
does the coin mean? Like,
That was a really stressful.
you can see it on the
moment.
VOD. I walk away from the table like it's a whole thing. It was like, but I just think the game is so incredibly. I don't even know where I was going with that. Like, I just think the game is so wonderful with being able to provide you prompts that maybe go nowhere, but it doesn't matter. It's contributing to paranoia and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Which is great.
It did feel okay. That was so high school. Like everyone jumping to conclusions
yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the teacher posted this thing
Yeah.
on social media. He's a fucking asshole, and I bet he's lording it all over it. Like, it was.
It was great. It's
Yeah, I chose to be off cam because it felt right.
fully agree.
It was like, sorry, folks.
This game has some questions. Usually we ask, like, what did you learn? What do you want to highlight? This has 2 questions. What is something from your character you'd like to carry with you?
Ooh. That's a nice question.
Sometimes it's important to be the bad guy, but not at the expense of someone else's well-being.
Nice. Look. Look.
There was a point where I wanted to snap at all of you and be like, why are you putting gifts? My sister's dead.
I never did.
Look,
I don't know what to tell
specifically
you.
had mentioned a GIF, and I posted that GIF.
I'm glad you found. Thank you.
No, but
I just was like,
That
feel
was
like
hard
that was
because it was
way
like
working.
the teacher posts something suspicious
Yeah.
to social media, and I'm like, well, even if he's using a weird account, he wouldn't like be overly suspicious on
Yeah.
social media, so I had to be more cryptic. Yeah, that was.
fine. Good,
Yeah.
good pull. I
Oh,
think it was
thank
really
you.
cool.
I'd like to carry with me the thought of, like, not the struggle to reconnect, but the thought of that, like, that seed of wanting to reconnect, I guess, is what I mean. I do find that since the pandemic, I haven't spent as much time seeing people in person other than you lovely folks, because you're forced into seeing us every week.
Yay!
So yeah, I feel like I wanna take that nugget forward and reconnect with folks that I haven't seen as much.
I think I feel relatively similarly. the thing of Evan's that I want to carry forward with me is just being upfront, wanting to continue to be direct with people. It can be really hard to just be honest, especially if what you're doing is for a reason that's kind of close to you and you're trying to protect it because you feel like you'll be hurt otherwise. Being vulnerable is really key and really important. And that's what I want to take with me.
Thanks, Captain Bronze Medal.
What do you... Why am I... Oh, yeah, no, I see it. Bronze is still a medal.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
And I'm gonna say,
Explodey.
being scared of something but doing it anyway. So being terrified from the message and stuff to actually go out and face whatever was scaring Alice, but then like deciding in that moment, no, she's here and I'm gonna go get her. Like that, like acknowledging the fear, but doing what needs to be done anyway.
Fuck yeah. Julia's the real hero here. Let's be honest.
And what is something from your character you'd like to leave behind?
Oh god.
High school.
Yeah, seriously.
Jumping to harsh, judgmental responses because you're hurt or because you're scared.
Yeah, talking behind people's backs. Like, I know that's the point of the game, to a certain extent, is to text people about other people, but it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel nice. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, open animosity towards a person without, like, just being completely judgmental.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so curious to look back.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And at the chat.
Yes.
I actually had my phone,
Chat
my chat open
isn't
on my phone.
captured in the...
But you could watch the VOD
Yeah,
and
you
it'll
can watch
be
the
on this side.
VOD,
Right.
but I'm just going to hop back here.
The chat will be on the VOD,
VOD
and
on
don't
Twitch.
close Chatterino.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Scroll. Yeah.
But yeah, I had the stream open on my phone just so I could read some of the chat. It was really interesting. It was a lot of like, oh, Evan, sweet boy.
That is nice.
Little bastard.
Oh, jeez Louise, man.
Captain Sim.
I mean, especially in our chat, like, I don't know what the other ones looked like, but you were just,
Not as
you
interesting, I
kept
don't think.
apologizing.
Literally within the first page of text, Julia said something along the lines of, if you apologize again, I'm going to rip your head off, or something like that. Or it's like,
stop apologizing or I'm gonna scream.
I'm
Like,
gonna scream,
just...
yeah. I'm putting a bit more violence on her than I should.
This was a fantastic
Yo.
experience, but a lot of that is also thanks to you, Kate.
Seriously.
Hashtag Kate Tech.
Hashtag
Yep.
K-Tech.
It worked.
Yeah, it's a really cool experience, and I don't think that playing it via text with people in the same room, as is specifically kind of mentioned in the book, I don't think that's necessarily worse. I just think that this has been such an incredible experience, and we're very used to text-based roleplay in the recent past, so it felt kind of nice to return to it. But yeah, thank you. Honestly, it's so cool to be able to do this. Really
Glad
cool.
that it worked out, because, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I'm glad that we all seem to be smiling at the end of it. And thank you folks out there in Chatland. We have some streams throughout the week. Tuesday.
Oh, yep, I suppose I don't know if it'll be this. I'm probably going to be, I should be continuing Game Deck over on twitch.tv/BiffTheBoss. Once Striker's completed this future investigation, I think Paul Prospero's heading into Dead Space, which should be nice and spooky, just in time for the opposite of spooky season. Anyway, enjoy. Come and join me on Tuesdays. I stream in character.
We'll see. I'm going to be in the office all this week, so streams from me will be possibly few and far between. But if I can find the time, I'll get something in.
Wednesday is definitely out for all four of us.
Truth.
Friday, there will be Punchy.
Will it be the last episode of Guardians?
One can hope, but we'll see. And then Saturday, we're continuing Drew Crew. Continuing the Tapping Heels.
Oh my god, which was, anyway, also an incredible experience. I've got a few scenarios left in my current campaign on Doomed. Join me for that. Sunday? Sunday we're back here. Or-
You three are
Yeah.
back here.
It's not
I'm
available.
starting rehearsals for my next show, which I'm very excited about, but unfortunately, due to a hilarious mixture of scheduling conflicts, it does mean that I'm going to have to miss our next 3 Sundays.
Ooh.
What a way to like go out on though, right?
Oh,
like this
seriously.
epic
Yeah,
stream, and then you're like 3 weeks off, bitches.
Out. Yeah, mic drop. But you can tune in for RPG Clinic goodness. Obviously, the best place to find out about what we're planning and what we're thinking, or to make suggestions, would be on the RPG Clinic Discord. Thank you, RPG Clinic.
All right. Well, thank you, folks.
Oh my god, thank you.
As we go through difficult situations together or at each other's throats, hopefully more often together, there's one direction that we can go together, which is up and to the right.